Well, very soon. I'm sure there's nothing we are not going to hear as elections get closer. I'm sure some people we so over yarn and over talk to the point where they will tell us, the pastors and the imams and the Babbalists that they visited, who told them they were going to become president and all of that. Well, presidential candidate of the APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, had quoted the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, our beloved Father in the Lord, Pastor Adeboye, as naming him Abraham, which means Father of Nations. Thank you very much for watching. It is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. Well, I'd like to bear my mind and opinion on this particular one straight away, because I think he has misinterpreted, what really happened, and so I would break it a little bit further based on my understanding and my opinion. Of course, you are free to drop your comment, make them simple and civil as much as you can. Well, Bola Tinubu, the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate, has revealed the name RCCG leader Pastor Enoch Adeboye gave him. The cleric is the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, the RCCG, one of the biggest Pentecostal churches in the, of course, the biggest, fastest growing, let's put it that way. Well, in the trending video, Tinubu narrated how Adeboye called him Abraham when his wife, Remi Tinubu, was ordained a pastor in the ministry. He made the revelation in Kano during a meeting with leaders of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Tijaniya sect, and other Islamic groups. The day my wife was ordained a pastor, I was there. Pastor Adeboye gave me Abraham. I said, what is the meaning? He said, watch out, the Father of Nations. He said, well, during the PLA, the former Lagos governor took a swipe at one of his opponents in the presidential race. Between us, all of us running, we are 3 now left. One just failed the most important part of the examination. Are you a unifier or a divider? He said, I am from the north. He said, the event was attended by Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, APC chieftain, and other dignitaries. Well, maybe I should not, without taking much of your time, I'd like to state here that calling one the father of Abraham, if you go into scriptures, you discover that even though Abraham was called and described and he received prophecies and all of that as the father of nations, he did not literally give birth to a nation. And I think that is where the problem is. In fact, his own son gave birth to only 2 children. That was his direct son. He eventually gave birth to 2. In fact, one was from his legal wife. So if we're going to say, how many children did Abraham have legally? He only had a son. But then let's even assume he had 2 sons. So even as described as the father of nations, he only had 2 sons. His son had 2 sons. Let's take it through Isaac, who is the legitimate, the legal son. Now, Isaac had Jacob and Esau. It was Jacob who first of all had 12 children. It was Jacob who had 12 children. So, it was after the 12 that the expansion began. It was at the 12. That is 3 generations. Isaac, Jacob, and then the 12, the Israelites. That's where the prophecy began its fulfillment. So when God speaks or talks to you, mention your name in particular, does not necessarily mean that it is you. It only means that it is in your lineage. And come to think of it, if Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is described as Abraham, then I think he already fulfilled that. He already fulfilled that by making many. As a matter of fact, he said it with his own mouth, and that statement has not been refuted by the presidency. That he practically had a hand in President Muhammadu Buhari becoming president in 2015. There is no nation, no bigger father of nation than what he is. He had, in fact, his position in the APC is not official, as it were. He's called the national leader. The national leader. He's not a chairman of a party, but he's called until he became the presidential candidate. He was called the national leader. So I feel describing yourself as, the man of God had quoted, which of course I know he knows what he's saying, that you are a father of nation, as in having, bearing the name Abraham. I also bear Abraham. I also bear Abraham. So it will be wrong to literally interpret the word, the name Abraham, as to meaning that you are supposed to be the president of Nigeria. No, it doesn't mean that way. In fact, it might only mean that what you have done so far, that, like I said, what you have done so far, making the president, having people, who have become governors, people, sons of yours, whether political sons or biological sons, becoming leaders in different parastatus, already made you a father of many nations. Not you sitting as number one, as the president of Nigeria. Because Abraham, the person you are clinging yourself to, the person you are attaching yourself to, never eventually, as a physical, as a human being, as a living being, was a father, a literal father of nations. No. But eventually, his lineage produced nations. His lineage produced nations. And I think if Asiwaju, I keep calling him Baba because I know he's an elderly man. If Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is described or has been, let's even take it for a prophecy, that he is a father of nations, he already fulfilled that, and he's fulfilling it already. And like I was saying, it would be wrong to literally interpret that to mean that he should be president, because he's probably telling the people there, the people where he mentioned that he has received the prophecy to show that and to say that he will become president. No, the man of God did not say you will become president. Though. It's just like saying Babawa. When we call somebody Babawa, our father, does not mean that the person literally gave birth to us. There are people who are younger than some people and they still call them Babawa. They are our father, we call them our father. Even though they are younger. It's only an understanding. And like I said again and again, it will be a literal misinterpretation to think calling you Abraham means that you are going to be the president of Nigeria. So that you don't say, Babatun, Paro, Abimov, they gave you fake prophecy. No. It also means a kingmaker. A father of nations means kingmaker. A father of nations. Kingmaker. A leader that can be reckoned with in nations. And I feel, with all sense of humility and honesty, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu already attained that, even without becoming president of Nigeria. And that is why I've always said that if he had thrown his weight behind Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, it would have been a smooth ride. People would have naturally felt that, look, the things this guy could not do, being a very strong and strategic economist, the things he could not do as vice president, he will be able to perform as a president. It would have been a smooth ride for the APC. But now, pitching himself in that position is making the ride, the flow for APC in this race, tedious. It's making it difficult for them to run. Well, thank you very much. It is still serious matters. You are free to bear your opinions on this particular matter. Make it simple and civil. Please don't forget to share our videos with others, like our videos, and also touch the notification button. If you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We dish out, we do a lot of very beautiful videos here. Please do continue to, do for us or send to us messages that you feel will help you or help us to serve you much better. Things you want to receive from us, things you want to hear from us, let us know. And of course, we would always improve on what we do here. Thank you very much for watching once again. My name is Olukunle Abraham. Olukunle Abraham too. All right, bye-bye.